What's up, YouTube fam? I want to welcome you to the Lil J Show. Hope everybody's having a wonderful and blessed day today. Hope it's going absolutely amazing for you guys. Today, man, we got a video about a youth mentor. A youth mentor, y'all, ends up taking two lives. They claiming that it's behind some unpaid rent, but to me, I don't understand why he would go as far as taking two lives. According to the news, it was a lady and her 20-year-old son. They was living in one of his rental houses, and he went over there to collect some rent. I think things went left, and he ended up taking him out, and I think injuring somebody else. He ended up hitting somebody else that was in the house. But I want to give a shout out to Twisted Crimes for bringing this video here, and let's get into it, and we'll chop it up on the other side.
They gotta go today. What?
Sir, you cannot.
They can record all they want.
So you need to go consult a lawyer.
They can record all they want. They getting out today.
This is the story of Donta Maurice Chestnut, age 39, the man behind Our Wilson, a non-profit organization focused on providing Wilson's young people with mentorship and opportunities for a better life.
My name is Donta Chestnut. This is my life, my story.
He was known to give back to his community, but on September 16, 2025, he took back from his community in the form of killing a mother and her child because they were late on rent.
Wilson officers were called to the 900 block of Washington Street for reported gunfire around 2 p.m. Officers say 3 victims were shot: 44-year-old Natasha Sutton, 21-year-old.
He approached their house and decided to shoot them during a heated conversation. He did this despite his foundation was out there to discourage gun violence and things of that nature. What could have pushed him beyond this realm of no return? Let's find out. Hello and welcome to Twisted Crimes. Subscribe and hit the like button for more stories. This story takes us to Wilson, North Carolina. Wilson, North Carolina is a small city of just under 50,000 people, known for its tobacco history and iconic whirligigs. It looks like the kind of place where everyone knows your name. But beneath the surface, Wilson struggles with poverty and violent crime that too often makes headlines. From shootings to assaults, the city carries a beauty marked by resilience, yet shadowed by violence that leaves lasting scars on its streets and in its people. Donta Maurice Chestnut grew up in the small city under some type of questionable lifestyle. Donta raised himself and had a hard childhood of his own, serving as an example in the community. Because of this, he decided to teach little kids how to go about their lives so as not to get into trouble.
In Wilson, North Carolina, it's a program that you have, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what made you do something like that?
With the program, my brother, he ended up getting shot and killed. It was a program that I always wanted to do, but it made me push forward with that after, his death, and, it hurt me, so I wanted to make a difference in the community.
What are some of the activities that the program, provides for the kids, or what do you do with the kids?
We do financial literacy.
Oh, okay.
We do sports. We teach the kids how to change oil, how to change brakes. We teach them life skills, and we have people like Coach Charles Jones. He'll teach them wrestling. Okay. He teach them how to plant seeds and gardening. Skip, he'll come in and teach them how to box. We do physical education also with Charles Austin, and that teach them, not how to be obese, because we got a lot of kids like overweight, so we want to make sure that, they're not obese also.
Great. Now, what is the age range? Is it mostly older kids, or do you start from real young?
We start from age 7 to 18.
Okay, great.
And then with the program also, we have a semi-pro football team, which is 18 and up.
So see, that's what I'm saying. So why that seems like a really great program that this man has created for this youth, to keep them out of the street, teaching them life skills, you know what I'm saying? So they, gardening, that may come into play one day, you know what I'm saying? Just the way this world is. He's teaching them, the automotive skills. So why I don't understand. And then he said he had a pro football team for 18 and up. So the person, one of the kids that he supposedly unalived was 21. So why would he unalive this dude, this guy, this child? I mean, at 21, you might as well say you still a kid. You know what I mean? Because they say you really don't develop, a man's brain really doesn't develop to the age in between 23 and 25. So, I mean, it had to be something behind this for him to unalive this young man like this. I mean, don't you think that if he's trying to teach these kids certain things to keep them out of the streets and out of trouble, wouldn't you think he would want to talk to this young man before he like just up and shoots him? I don't understand this. It has something behind this. Something had to have happened. Either the young man either threatened him, maybe he was clutching. You know, I don't know. But it was something behind it for him to do this. And I believe the mama might have been caught hitting the crossfire. So maybe the mama's friend, somebody else, that whoever else was in there. But this man, I feel like his life was probably being threatened.
Okay.
So that way we touching the young adults and we touching 7 through 18 also.
Wow.
He founded Our Wilson, a non-profit focused on youth mentorship and community building.
Alright, so I'm right here with my young boys. They said they ready to do some yard work. They want to make some money, man. So how many of y'all got some yards that we can do?
We can do it 20 a yard.
20 of y'all?
20 a yard.
What you think, man?
Yeah. For real.
So you the spokesperson?
It's me a yard. It's me and Jay.
20
a yard. Nah. You can find your own yard work.
20 a yard.
20 a yard.
We both getting 10.
Alright. The man said you gonna work too. Y'all ain't gonna leave him out.
He Gucci.
But we doing this homework right now, though, man. We gonna get to it. I'm gonna let people know, though. Alright. What we got right here?
Donta himself got into trouble with the law, which he beat when the case was taken to trial.
You had problems with the law before, and do you think that's a reason why? And not saying that he had problems with the law like he's a bad guy, but he just had an encounter with the police. Like the police took you to court, for a situation.
Saying I look like I got a warrant,
right? And
right
you
in front of my house, and then
they harassed Foot.
Yeah, like yo, you look like you got a warrant, and then like I was like, man, we give out tours to the community, we feed the homeless, and I looked him dead in his eyes, and he pushed me and said, "F you." Wow. And then I was like, boy, I can't hit him now, you know what I mean? But I got a freedom of speech, man. F you too, you know what I mean? Pushed me again, grabbed my brother by the head, and threw his head to the car. So with that right there, we got into a little scuffle.
And this is a prime example. They wonder why there's so much, these police officers, why they're having such bad encounters with these young black men because of this. Because when they don't put the whole thing out in the news, when it comes to them having to unalive a black man, what happened? More than likely, the police will instigate it. They'll try to, what is that stop, frisk and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just the innocent young man walking down the street, they will stop and harass this man for no reason, just because they feel like it. And that doesn't make sense. Like, I just don't understand that. And he just is a prime example of it, man. So I believe he ended up getting in trouble. And they tried to press charges on him or whatever he did, and maybe he went on, knocked one of them out, but they ended up dropping the charges on him, man. That's good, man. This goes to show you how these police officers are, or how they interact with our young black youth.
And that
happened. And I think that was
especially.
I think that would have been anybody's reaction.
That's
Southern
my brother.
town.
I'm gonna stand up for him regardless. If they standing up for their officers, I'm gonna stand up for my brother.
Yeah.
That's just how we were raised. Don't put your hands on my brother. He ain't do nothing. Don't put your hands on me.
Right. Yeah, so I think that's anybody reaction would have been that way.
Don't put your hand on the other officer. Don't, you know what I mean? Like it's respect, man. And
Right.
then when we went to court, that's what the judge asked.
And you beat the charge.
Yeah, it was not guilty. I wasn't guilty anyway. That was in front of my house. You know?
Okay. Let's just make that clear. He was not guilty for those charges. You know what I'm saying? Because he is running for city councilman. So we're not trying to put it out there like, oh, he used to do. No, he had a reason, and he was found not guilty in that situation. And I think that was like
2011.
Yeah, but I just think that was like a great moment. Like what?
Yeah.
Against the police, not guilty. Like that was major.
But no, that ain't nothing to brag about.
It's not nothing to brag about, but I'm
know?
saying like someone that was right finally got their own justice,
right?
And didn't, you know what I'm saying?
Right, because they pushed me and said F me, you know what I mean, in front of my own house. So, you know, it just standing.
But they want us to respect them, and they out doing stuff like this. Come on, man, really?
Enough for what you believe in, man. You know what I mean? If anybody else going on out there, you know, they got some of those same stories, go file a complaint. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's what we running for. You know what I mean? To stand up for our whole community. You know what I mean? If you doing wrong, you doing wrong. You know what I mean? But you out there doing, and then you black too. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? So you got an advantage on you. They gonna look at you like how you look like you got a warrant. That's what happened in court. Like, so the judge said, ma'am, how you look like you got a warrant? So she was like, you might be African American, how you dress or whatever.
He focused on.
It doesn't matter how you dress, how you look. You know what I'm saying? We don't all dress and look and do the same thing. And see, this is one thing that I would like to explain about anybody, especially these young bulls out here, man. These policemen, they want to harass you. Don't try to fight them out in the street, man. Let them do what they got to do. They might arrest you, get out, and you fight that in court, man. Don't be trying to fight them out here because all they're going to say is they fear for their life. It's going to be something like that. They're going to end up taking you out and your homeboys. Just go and let them harass you. Maybe somebody will record it or whatever. And when you get out, find you an attorney and fight that crap in the court, man. And try to get them in trouble for doing this, man. Because this right here, this needs to stop. I see that it's starting to ramp back up a little bit, but it had calmed down for a few years, but now it's starting to ramp back up a little bit, man. And we need to put an end to this, especially to these young black men, young black men. Don't try to fight them out in the street. Let them go, you know what I'm saying? They might knock you upside the head, but that's cool. When you get up out of there, you take pictures to show everything and find you an attorney and try to fight that whatever county, whatever sheriff, police department, go and try to get you some paper out of it. Whatever you got to do, and hold these officers accountable for acting like this.
His foundation, which he called Our Mission. He did a lot for young kids as much as he could. He was known in his community for helping young kids to attain the best they can. He went ahead to run for a race for Wilson's City Council in 2023, which he lost.
A lot of niggas counted me out. And I would like to tell the niggas, I guarantee that I won't lose. I built myself on that, and I stand on that, and I succeeded in that era. I'm guaranteed I ain't gonna lose. I think I know what I know, and I think I'm blessed, and I was fortunate enough to sustain a lot of weather, bro. A lot of weather, and a lot of ups and downs, and a lot of discredit, and a lot of doubts. And
what specifically made you want to run for city council?
Years
I
ago,
give a shout out to him for doing that. For at least he tried, and maybe if he would have got in, he would have made a difference, But I hate that he's being what he did, but at least he tried. He tried to run for city council, see if he can make a change in his community. You know what I'm saying? Make it better for the people that's there and for the ones that's coming up. He tried to do something. So I mean, I salute the brother.
We had a mayor, before Carlton, and he was the mayor for almost 30 plus years.
Yeah.
And I kept saying, like, how does the man keep winning? And then I'm looking around in my community, and I'm here seeing I didn't see much of a change.
Okay.
All of my people were still in poverty, and I'm here like, how can we make a difference? And you know, I look at my friends and my family like, this ain't gonna never change. He been here 30 years. He might go a couple more years.
Exactly.
And it made me say, one day I want to run for mayor.
Okay.
You know, I had that in my mind, but you know, I was from Singletary Street, and that's not heard of to be running for mayor.
Gotcha.
You know, so time went by, and I had a elder contact me, and she was saying, Donta, why don't you run for city council? So I ran back in 2013.
Okay.
It was a learning experience.
Okay.
So with me working with you know, city council in 2013, you know, it made me just push towards now the campaign with Carlton, campaign with Ken Fontenot, and I did a little campaign with Sheriff Woodard, you know, back in the days too. So it made me say I want to make a difference in my community.
Despite what he was doing, he was going through problems too because he wasn't paying his rent and he was facing eviction problems in his personal life. No one went over to his place to threaten him other than send a lawful letter to his house to address the debt he owned. So on September 16, 2025, Donta went to the house of 44-year-old Natasha Latrice Sutton and her son 21-year-old Avanti Pender. They were home chilling when he arrived on behalf of the landlord to ask for the rent which had not been paid for 4 months. Donta started recording the incident at the house, which ended up with him shooting the occupant of the house for reasons best known to him. Here is a clip of the video which he instantly deleted after the shooting.
Sheriffs or police or nothing.
They gotta go today. What?
Sir, you cannot.
They can record all they want.
So you need to go to your lawyer.
They can record all they want. They getting out today.
Right, you hear that, everybody, right? So you need to get a report. Wait for the police to come.
Okay.
Okay, you can give me a call back.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We gotta start packing stuff up today.
The house in question was in subpar living conditions with multiple boarded-up windows. The house was only valued at $48,000. Police were called and the man known to do great community work was arrested immediately.
A triple shooting is rocking Wilson tonight. At the center, a community advocate and former city council candidate who's now accused of multiple counts of first-degree murder. WREL's Eric Miller has been digging into this for us tonight. Eric, do we know what happened here?
Alina, neighbors on Washington Street where all of this happened told me they heard an argument and then several rapid-fire gunshots. Those gunshots leaving 2 people dead, 1 person injured, and many questions behind. According to police, the call came in just after 2 p.m. Investigators concentrating on this block of Washington Street, where they say 44-year-old Natasha Sutton and 21-year-old Avanti Pender were shot dead, and 37-year-old Tiffany Fogg was injured. And the man police say is responsible, Donta Chestnut.
He comes to this community all the time to give back to his community, clean up the yards, help the old people out.
The arrest hard to square for people like Takia Farmer, whose children attended youth programs Chestnut ran. Farmer says she rushed to the scene of the shooting as soon as she heard what happened.
It's devastating that something like this would even be brought to our attention.
Chestnut is known as the man behind R. Wilson, a nonprofit focused on providing Wilson's young people with mentorship and opportunities for a better life. Neighbors say he'd raised himself up from a hard childhood of his own and served as an example in the community. Chestnut also ran and lost a race for Wilson City Council in 2023. He's now facing 2 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of attempted first-degree murder. A reality Farmer says she just can't understand.
It's just sad. Like, I'm about to just break down in tears to see a black man, any type of man, human being, to sit here and people treating him off the streets as much as he give back to his community.
He is now a murder suspect. The Wilson Police Department released the mugshot of 39-year-old Donta Maurice Chestnut, the founder of the nonprofit R. Wilson, who now stands accused of carrying out a deadly triple shooting Monday afternoon that left 2 people dead and a 3rd injured. Police investigators have also accused Tiffany Monique Chestnut, the sister of double murder defendant Donta Maurice Chestnut, of taking a part of a broken handgun and giving it to her brother as he fled the scene. Tiffany Chestnut is charged with felony acting as an accessory after the fact and felony altering, stealing, or destroying criminal evidence. Donta Chestnut, director of the R. Wilson nonprofit and a former candidate for Wilson City Council, is being held without bond in the Wilson County Detention Center.
Yeah, Barbara, just the community here, they are absolutely in mourning. They are grieving. They're trying to make sense of everything. It's a really tight-knit community here on the ground in Wilson, where it feels that everybody happens to know everybody. And tonight, they're just trying to make sense of all of what happened, what they say is a very sad and unfortunate situation that didn't have to turn out the way that it did.
Where we are just grieving.
Bishop Sherman Blandon posting this lengthy Facebook message today in response to Monday's triple shooting in Wilson that left a mother and her son dead and another family member injured.
There's a lot of people who don't understand why, don't understand what happened. The unfortunate reality is some of us may never know. But in moments like this, no one wins. And it just leaves a big hole in the community.
According to family, this all stems from a rent dispute where family tells us 39-year-old Donta Chestnut shows up to this home in the 900 block of Washington Street, demanding rent payment or immediate eviction. When 44-year-old Natasha Sutton did not pay, that's when family tells us cell phone video captures Chestnut firing his gun, killing Sutton and her 21-year-old son, Avante Pender, before pistol whipping another family member and shooting Sutton's sister.
Taking someone's life is never the answer. And realizing that certain consequences.
Chestnut is an anti-gun violence advocate well known here in the community for founding R. Wilson, a community group that works with youth and other community organizations.
I mean, he was very active. It was a part of his life's work. And so that goes back again to the children that he worked with. I know that there's a huge hole in their hearts, and a lot of them are trying to understand.
Meanwhile, Shatira Barnes is without family members she loved. She also knew Chestnut and is grieving, knowing that her life has forever changed.
Even if Tasha owed money or whatever the case was, that wasn't it. Violence and her death wasn't it. It doesn't really matter if that was my family member or not. It's still wrong, but it hurts more knowing that it was my.
And tonight, Donta Chestnut remains in jail under no bond. He's due back in court behind me here in Wilson in 2 weeks. We're live in Wilson tonight. Dewan Hogard, Ebis 11, Eyewitness.
Yes, I mean, this is a very sad situation. Excuse me. I don't understand. It's got to be more to this story. I mean, you can see. I mean, just think. It's kind of hard. It's kind of, I ain't gonna say like terrible, but it's hard in dealing with your own kids. This man took the time out to create some organization to help this inner city youth, to keep them out of the street. He was doing things with them. He's teaching them how to life lessons. And for him, it had to be something behind it. And it's very sad to see this situation go on like this, because the man, is all he was doing was trying to help out his community, and he goes to this house to collect this rent, and then all of a sudden he unalives these people because they don't have their money. No, that does not sound right. Does not sound right whatsoever. But I want to talk about what his sister. I know they said that his sister was charged with being with an accessory to something or picking up some evidence. Let's check this out and see what his sister's being charged with.
Court appearance is set today for a second person charged in a double homicide in Wilson. Authorities believe Tiffany Chestnut handed the gun used in the shooting back to the suspect after the suspect dropped it on the ground. Jamise Price has that story.
36-year-old Tiffany Chestnut appeared before a Wilson County judge this morning after making her $30,000 bond. She is the second person who has been charged in connection to that shooting that left a mother and her son dead here in Wilson, allegedly over rent payment. According to court paperwork, Chestnut is facing 2 felony charges for handing a piece of a broken handgun allegedly used in the shooting back to the suspect after he dropped it on the ground as he ran away from the scene. She's been charged with 1 count of accessory after the fact and 1 count of altering or destroying criminal evidence. Tiffany Chestnut has been identified by police as the sister of the shooting suspect, Donta Chestnut. Police say the 39-year-old showed up at a home demanding rent before the shooting. The victims are 44-year-old Natasha Sutton and her 21-year-old son, Avante Pender. Donta Chestnut, a well-known figure in the community. He ran for city council at one point and started a nonprofit called Our Wilson. It's known for working with youth and anti-gun violent projects. The community and family telling Eyewitness News they're grieving. Now, Tiffany Chestnut is due back in court on October 1st for a probable cause hearing. She refused to comment when I asked her about the situation and the charges she is facing. In Wilson.
First off, I do want to say rest in peace to the ones that lost their lives to this mother and son. But I just don't understand that this man spent his time trying to keep other people's children out of the way. He was taking care of his community. As you see, the lady said he was out helping the elderly. There's got to be more to this. I don't believe that this man unalived these people behind some late rent payments. I don't believe that he unalived these people because maybe her son was mouthing off at him. To me, my opinion, this is my opinion. I believe that her son was either clutching or either he showed something to this man for him to do. Somebody showed something to this man for him to actually go off and do the things that he did. Kind of feel like he was trying to maybe saying he feared for his life. I don't know, but it does not make sense to me. But it's just a sad situation for this to go on when this man wasn't doing nothing but just trying to help out his community. And I believe in that video he was saying that these people have been staying there for like 3-4 months rent free. I mean, I know he was trying to get them out of there, but I don't think it would have took them necessary steps for him to do what he did. It's something behind it. Somebody, and I feel like the son. I could be wrong. That's just my opinion. But somebody had to be doing something to make this man do what he did. But hey, you guys let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.